Aw.
We had a few bug guts and other things that I had to take care of.
Yeah, Dawn says I ran through some mud.
Well, it was like mud splashed up on the hood. It was like a sprinkly spot.
Yeah, well, you know, in downtown Raleigh, they got sprinklers making the street puddled all over the place, and I try to avoid it, but I guess, and construction, I'd guess that's where it was from. I didn't see it happen, though.
Yeah, so I had to do the hood and the front of the car with the spray and wash.
Wow, and there's Johnny, and he's there ready to go, too. Good job, buddy. Good morning, Ruby. So Don went to get the newspaper on the unicycle. But you know, hey, it's cool first thing in the morning because I get to appreciate all the lights. Hey, you.
I love you. Kiss,
Kiss,
kiss.
kiss. Yeah, I need a little Eddie Van Halen on guitar this morning to get me going along with the caffeine. So we went to put on our book this morning, and yeah, we couldn't get the phone to connect to the car. That happens about once a month. Now, the easy way to fix it is to leave the car with the phone and the key fob and let the car lock up for 5 minutes and then come back. And then the phone and the car will renegotiate and it'll get picked up and everything will work just great. But if you're driving down the road and it's not convenient to do that and you don't have an extra 5 minutes, usually rebooting the phone, turning off the phone Bluetooth, rebooting the MCU and letting it come back up, turning the phone Bluetooth back on, usually they'll sync up. Yeah, I tried just turning off the Bluetooth and then syncing again on the phone, you know, again, and that didn't work today. That might also work, but probably not. Anyway, when it doesn't hook up like it's supposed to, it's really hard to get it to hook up without rebooting everything. Like I said, it's easier to just walk away and come back. I don't know why they didn't handshake properly this morning. I don't necessarily think it's a Tesla thing. I just think it's a Bluetooth thing. Bluetooth is really finicky sometimes, and well, we got it set up now, and we're listening to the book, and Johnny and I are both sniffling. Johnny says his cold seems worse this morning, and I said, no, it can't be a second cold that you've got, like you were over the first one and you got another one, because that would be really bad. Yeah, that's not allowed. That's not part of the plan. No. Have a good day, buddy.
You too, Mom. I love you.
Love you too, buddy. Have a good day. Do good.
Okay.
I drove a little farther west in the city before getting ready to leave town. This is Nash Square. This is where the Fallen Firefighters Memorial is. There are a lot of Pokestops in there. I am still looking for Lunatone and not having any luck. I thought maybe, just maybe, I'm curious as to what this building is here at Boylan and Hargett Street. So this is Boylan Heights on the west side of town. I've not explored over here too much before. It's nice, not quite as historic maybe as historic Oakwood, but lots of beautiful homes. I noticed this leaf charging. We have these free little libraries all over the place in North Carolina. Fuquay has a couple, and Raleigh certainly has plenty. This is the first time I've seen one that looked like a robot. It's in an old newspaper box. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really had not explored Boylan Heights before, and apparently it was established in 1907, and that building is a newer apartment / professional office building. I had fun exploring the city this morning, but now I got myself caught in morning rush hour traffic. I'm over here at the WRL Azalea Gardens now. Of course, it's summertime. I was interested to see what they had in bloom in the middle of the summer, and I'm pleased to say that there are some really pretty plantings. It's gotten really cloudy and hazy this morning. Otherwise, I would have gotten out to take some pictures at the gardens. I'm home now, and my boy is over here resting comfortably. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello. Hi. Gray didn't want to be left out of the attention. Good girl. I'm headed to pick up Johnny, but I am so congested. I am just absolutely miserable. But enough about that. I'm getting by. Don did offer to go. He offered to go get me medicine. He offered me everything, and at this point, upright and moving is preferred, I think. And I feel good enough to drive to town. I just can't breathe. Oh, I wasn't going to talk about that anymore. That's right. I did get a short nap, and we did watch all our YouTubes, and I did work on today's video, so hopefully I won't be up half the night trying to stay awake long enough to get it done. I noticed that the autopilot clip, the second one in yesterday's video, day 440, is off by a couple of seconds, and I was really upset when I noticed it, but nothing I can do about it now. It's 2:15 and I'm just getting into downtown. The construction at the major intersection in Fuquay was really had several lanes closed today and really slowed things down, and it was just really hard to start the journey today. I couldn't get out of Fuquay. There's Johnny. How was your day, buddy?
It was good. How was yours?
Oh, it was stuffy. Very stuffy. How's your cold?
Mine's doing okay, I guess.
Yeah, so what kind of homework you got?
Math notes and notes from Miss Farrell.
Okay. Well, hopefully not a full evening. Hopefully you can finish early.
It's not a full evening.
Good.
Not tonight.
So I'm taking an alternate route back into Fuquay because I'm gonna stop at Walmart for some medicine, and I don't want to go through the big intersection. It's all under construction, so this is a little more scenic, and it should avoid the construction area. Wow, it is so steamy out here. We're in the low 90s again. Definitely feels like a summer day. I know. I'm trying to think if this is the same thing we saw before. Probably. Certainly the same color. It's such a unique car. I highly doubt it's the second one. But we saw it in Apex last time, and of course we're in Fuquay today. Here's Johnny and his Mr. Charles. You finding anybody?
Not yet, Mom. What about you?
Oh, I found 2. I'm hoping we're gonna find more.
Hey, Mom, look.
Oh wow, that's 3. So yeah, that's great. We already did the other side. Now we're finishing up over here. The 3 that we found are on this side. We are signed up to go to a National Drive Electric Week event on 9/16. It's a Friday night over near Carter Finley Stadium. That's where NC State plays football, the Wolfpack. And it's going to be from 5:30 to 7:30. So I think I've got like somewhere between 6 and 8 cars now that I found ready to give away to kids that look like they need a car at the event. Yeah, it's cool. So we learned that this particular Think vehicle is owned by someone that works for Walmart. Mr. Charles wasn't sure of the person's name, but I think I'll drop a business card by and, you know, just want to chat with them about their car. Hopefully that'll work out. And that was a pretty good, they've left now, so they work during the day. But that was a pretty good haul for us with 3 more Tesla cars, so I'm pleased. We drove just shy of 95 miles today. And it's very hot out there at 91 degrees. And Ruby says we have 114 miles of estimated range left. Will you stop being silly?
Me? Silly?
Yes,
silly boy?
you.
I'm a silly boy?
Yes.
Right.
So I mentioned in a little clip at Walmart that Don and I signed up to do Drive Electric Week. What I didn't say is that Don's going to drive the Model 3 and I'm going to take Ruby. So we're going to have 2 cars there.
Fingers crossed.
2 car. Oh yeah, come on. That's September the 16th.
Yeah,
you got over 2 weeks for a delay, any kind of a delay.
Yeah,
so
hiccup, right? I agree.
Yeah. So we went to look to see if there was any updates to the account or anything. And since Tesla.com is down, we couldn't look.
Right. We did get the confirmation email last night that the payment has been received, but
back up a step. Dawn paid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I used the payment portal. I went, basically it took like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah, it took no time. Yeah.
You know, by the time I typed in my account number, my routing code, and hit enter, it says, you want to process this payment? And I said yes. And it says, okay, thank you for paying for your Tesla. And then, as I said, a couple minutes later, I checked my email, and I had an email from Tesla saying that the payment was processing, that it wouldn't show up on in my bank account immediately. It could take up to 3 days. We're just...
basically we went, oh, maybe we should have done that on Monday instead of Tuesday, but hopefully it's okay.
Well, it said 3 business days, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, Don was counting on it being business PST time instead of business ET time.
Well, having done the electronic thing, it usually takes like 2 days for it to show up. I mean, I've done a couple other transfers, and it takes a couple days for it to process. Anyway, I guess the thing is I feel comfortable. But we haven't actually gotten a email from the delivery specialist that says, oh, I've seen that you've made your payment. I don't know if we're supposed to get an email like that or not. It kind of would be nice. But if you go, when we log in to manage our Tesla, it still shows the appointment time for Friday.
Right, which we did this morning or last night. Yeah,
right,
before it went down.
Yeah, I had checked this morning before it went down, because I checked to see if there was any. Well, I guess what I'm worried about is an error message says something went wrong, fix it. And I didn't want to miss one of those, so I checked my email this morning, and I logged on to Tesla.com and checked that, and there was no indication of any glitches or anything. As far as I know, it's all trundling through, doing its thing.
Yep. So keep your fingers crossed that it pans out for Friday. No rescheduling yet. No.
Right.
No problems yet that we're aware of. So
right.
that would be good.
Right.
So we figured out why the long line at the Fuquay DMV, which really wasn't making sense, why people were lined up at 7:30 in the morning with lawn chairs waiting to get in. It has to do with the Real ID marking, and people, I guess primarily who don't have passports that want to get on an airplane, they need to have an updated driver's license, where you have to show a lot more paperwork to prove that you're who you really are, to get that marking, so therefore you can travel. I guess we think if you have a passport, you're good with your passport, because you had to supply, it's a federal ID. So if you have a federal ID, if you're military, or if you've gone through the passport process, you're good. Not saying it's not also convenient to have the mark on your driver's license. But if you don't have a passport or a military ID or some such other federal ID, then you need to get your license redone by 2020. So lots and lots of people waiting to get that done. And oh, by the way, they have to pay $13 to get their license updated. So there's a fee for that. If you're going in for your renewal, it's included. And there's a lot of information online. But this is not just a North Carolina thing, although it is happening in North Carolina. So I guess you should go out and Google it and read up on it for yourself. But since we have a passport, we all have a passport, we're not feeling compelled to go wait in that line, at least not just yet.